This video tutorial I will explain AWS S3 Lifecycle Rules. We will discover how to leverage AWS S3 Lifecycle Rules to automate data management and optimize storage cost for your cloud-based applications. What are AWS S3 Lifecycle Rules? First, we will see automated object management. AWS S3 Lifecycle Rules allow you to automatically manage the lifecycle of objects which are stored in your S3 buckets. Transitioning objects between different storage classes or deleting them based on predefined conditions. Transition between storage classes. Lifecycle rules can move your objects from one S3 storage class to more cost-effective class as they age. For example, using lifecycle rules, we can move objects from standard storage class to Glacier storage class, which optimize your storage cost over the time. Next one is expire and delete objects. Lifecycle rules can also be configured to permanently delete objects after a certain period of time, ensuring you don't pay for storing data you no longer needed. Why we have to use S3 lifecycle rules? First point is cost optimization. Lifecycle rules allow you to automatically transition data to lower cost storage classes or delete expired objects, which reduce your overall AWS S3 storage cost. Next point is automated data management. Lifecycle rules take the manual effort out of managing your data throughout its lifespan, which ensure objects are moved or deleted based on predefined policies. Next point is regulatory compliance. Lifecycle rules can help you adhere to data retention policies and regulations by automatically deleting data that has reached the end of its required storage period. How do S3 lifecycle rules work? Lifecycle rules allow you to specify actions to take on objects, like transitioning between storage classes or deleting expired objects. You can configure rules to automatically move objects to lower cost storage classes based on age of the data or access patterns. Lifecycle rules can be used to delete objects after a specified period of time, which frees up storage and reducing cost. Now we will see transition actions in S3 lifecycle rules. First point is move to cheaper storage classes. S3 lifecycle rules allow you to automatically transition objects to lower cost storage classes like S3 Glacier or S3 Glacier Deep Archive Storage after a specified point of time. This helps optimize storage cost for data that is accessed less frequently. Next point is migrate to different S3 tiers. You can configure rule to move objects from standard storage class to infrequent access IA class, which has lower cost per GB but higher retrieval fees. This is useful for data that is accessed occasionally. Now we will see expiration actions in S3 lifecycle rules. First point is object expiration. Automatically delete objects after a specified number of days or a certain date. This helps to remove outdated data or unused data to reduce storage cost. Next point is transition to Glacier. Move infrequently accessed objects to lower cost S3 Glacier storage class. This archives the data while still making it accessible for retrieval when it is needed. Next point is reporting. Monitor expiration activity with detailed logs and metrics. This helps you to analyze the impact of your lifecycle rules and optimize your storage usage. Configuring S3 lifecycle rules. First step is define the rules. Create custom S3 lifecycle rules to automate object management based on age, storage class, and other criteria. Second step is transition objects. Automatically move objects to more cost-effective storage classes like Glacier or Glacier Deep Archive Storage as they age. Third step is expire objects. Automatically delete objects that have reached the end of their life cycle to reclaim storage and reduce cost. How to create a new S3 lifecycle rule? Step 1 is define the rule. Name and describe the rule. Second step is select the bucket. Choose the S3 bucket to apply the rule to. Third step is configure actions. Set the transition action and expiration action. Fourth step is review and save. Confirm the rule details and save. We will see how to do that. I have logged into AWS Management Console. Search for S3. Click on S3. And here you can see the bucket which is already created. Click on this. And here you can see the Management tab. Click on this. And here you can see Create Lifecycle Rule button. Click on that. This section is Lifecycle Rule Configuration. Here you have to give the rule name. I am giving move data. And you have to choose the rule scope. If you select this, then this particular rule will be applied to all the objects in the bucket. And suppose say in the bucket there are 100 objects are there. You want to apply the rules for only 50 objects. Then you have to select this and provide the filter type. You have to provide a prefix here or you can specify the tag. I am going to select apply to all objects in the bucket. Then select this. This section is lifecycle rule action. You have to choose the actions you want this rule to perform. I am selecting this option. Transition current version of objects between storage classes. Select this. Days after object creation, 30 days. Add one more transition. Glacier instant retrieval after 90 days. Like that, you can choose other actions also. Expire current versions of objects. Here you can see days after object creation, 200 days. Here you can review the transition and expiration actions. Objects uploaded and after 30 days, objects move to standard IA storage. Then after 90 days, objects move to Glacier instant retrieval. Then after 200 days, objects expire. Then click on create rule. Here you can see the rule has been created. Status is enabled and scope is entire bucket. Now we will see monitoring S3 lifecycle rule activity. Monitoring the activity of your S3 lifecycle rules is crucial to ensure they are functioning as expected and optimizing your storage cost. AWS provides several tools to help you to track and analyze the impact of your lifecycle rules. The AWS Cloud Trail service logs all actions taken on your S3 buckets, including lifecycle rules transitions and object deletions. You can review the logs to see when lifecycle rules are being applied and which objects are affected. And additionally, the AWS Cost Explorer service allow you to analyze your historical S3 storage cost and identify the saving from your lifecycle rules. You can view the storage class transitions and object expirations to understand the impact of your monthly bill. Cost saving with S3 lifecycle rules. Implementing S3 lifecycle rules can lead to significant cost saving on your AWS bill by automatically transitioning infrequently accessed data to more affordable storage classes such as Glacier or Glacier Deep Archive. You can reduce your overall storage cost. Additionally, setting expiration rules to delete objects that are no longer needed helps to reclaim storage space and avoid unnecessary charges. Storage class transition, which reduce the storage cost. Automatic object deletion, reclaim the storage space. By implementing well-configured S3 lifecycle rules, you can optimize your S3 storage strategy and keep your AWS cost under control. Archiving infrequently accessed data with S3 lifecycle rules. Transition to Glacier storage. S3 lifecycle rules enable you to automatically transition infrequently accessed data to more cost-effective Glacier storage class, which reduces your storage cost. Expire unused objects. Lifecycle rules can also automatically delete objects that have not been accessed for a specified period of time, which frees up storage and further cutting cost. Optimize storage tiers. By implementing tiered storage strategy with lifecycle rules, you can store your most active data in fastest and most expensive S3 storage classes. And you can archive less frequently accessed data to Glacier. Deleting expired objects with S3 lifecycle rules. Automated object removal. S3 lifecycle rules can automatically delete objects that have reached the end of their defined lifecycle, which frees up storage space and reducing cost. Expiration configuration. You can configure lifecycle rules to permanently delete objects after a specified number of days, weeks, or months since their creation or last modification. Retention policies. Lifecycle rules allow you to implement the data retention policies, which ensure the objects are automatically deleted when they are no longer needed, which prevents storage bloat. Optimizing S3 storage classes with lifecycle rules. First point is automate transitions. Lifecycle rules can automatically transition objects between different S3 storage classes, like moving data from S3 standard to the lower cost S3 Glacier or S3 Glacier Deep Archive. Next point is expire unused data. Lifecycle rules can delete objects that have not been accessed in the long time, which reclaims storage space and reduce cost. Next point is optimize for access patterns. By understanding your data's access patterns, you can use lifecycle rules to place it in the most cost-effective storage class. Next point is reduce manual effort. Lifecycle rules automate the management of your S3 data, which saves time and effort compared to the manual object transitions and deletions. We can integrate S3 lifecycle rules with other AWS services. For example, AWS Lambda, Amazon DynamoDB, Amazon Athena. We can trigger AWS Lambda functions to execute custom actions when lifecycle events occur, like archiving objects or deleting expired data. We can use DynamoDB to store metadata about S3 objects, and we can enable advanced lifecycle management policies. We can analyze S3 object metadata and lifecycle activity using Athena to gain insights and optimize your storage strategies. Now we will see real-world examples of S3 lifecycle rule. One common use case is automatically archiving older files to the lower cost Glacier storage class. This helps companies Manage cost by moving rarely accessed data to more affordable storage tiers. Another example is setting up rules to delete objects after a certain retention period, such as removing temporary files or log data that is no longer needed. This keeps S3 buckets lean and efficient and reduce overall storage cost. The conclusion is Amazon S3 lifecycle rules offer powerful way to automate data management and optimize storage cost. By understanding how to configure and apply this rule, you can save money on your S3 bill and ensure your data is stored in the most cost effective way. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please click on like button and please subscribe to my channel. You can get Java source code and PowerPoint presentation for each and every video. That you can see it in the description section of the video. Click on show more and here you can see the description and here you can see the links to download source code and PowerPoint presentation.